And, it's like 8:30. Happy Hump Day. It's July 20th. It's finally in the low 90s today. It got all the way up to like, I think it was like 107 or 8 for a max. And it was up to, it feels like heat index of 113. So, yeah, it was kind of fricassee fry time here in the great state. And see, this is just God fucking teasing us. Uh, yeah, we got like a little piddle of rain today, but not much. A lot more is going on than y'all might realize. I truly believe that behind the scenes, uh, Durham's got his army of freaking lawyers and researchers going hardcore. You notice he's never been shut down. And number two in the great facts, if the resident and thief was really in control, why hasn't our military gone into Ukraine? Now, I'm still trying to find out if the short video I caught a glimpse of that unfortunately I did not post to my stories of what appeared to be an imposter Biden wearing like Trump 45 socks or something like that. I thought that was pretty funny. So the world's watching Biden going around the world begging for freaking oil while he shuts us down. And he's vowed to shut us down, blah, 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 blah. And if you are, and now all these fucking states like the state that I ran away from, even though their heat index is like nice and balmy in the 70s and 80s, Governor Huchel or Houchel or whatever the fuck her name is, uh, King Andy with a fucking skirt, as far as I'm concerned, she's getting ready to shut the state down again because monkeypox. We've been saying that for how long? Once they have an excuse, once it works, when an emergency can shut down the economy, they will create an emergency to do just that. You cannot trust the United States government because unfortunately the DS is dug in like fucking ticks. And I'm not just talking average everyday New York ticks. Nah, motherfuckers dug in like Alabama ticks. The kind of backwoods relatives that when you walk up to them and say, hey, I think it's time for you to leave, they look at you all puppy-eyed and say, exactly what do you mean? But yeah, you really, if you're not in a conservative state right now, we all should be praying for you. Because they're not going to attempt to take down a blue state. But I'll tell you one thing, and I've been saying it for the past at least 2-3 months now. Something big this way is coming, and it's going to make 9/11. I suspect it's going to make 9/11 look like a popcorn fart. So please stock up. I was fortunate enough yesterday uh, to wish a friend good luck on her new position. She's a mom. She brings her daughter to work with her every once in a while. She's one of my coworkers, and her daughter's a pip. She's been there before, but her mom is likes working with kids. And even though the people that I work with can be like children at times, uh, Texas is going to benefit much more with her and her new job. And like I said, she brought her daughter in a few times. She's got, I think, like 3 daughters and a son, or 2 daughters and a son, something like that. Anyway, I've crossed paths with them at Walmart at different times, coming and going usually, and coming or going or whatever. And usually her daughter has always got this one like freaking really, she's very expressive with her facial expression, and it cracks me up. And yesterday, on my friend's last day, her daughter ran up to me as soon as she saw me as I was leaving for lunch and gave me a hug in front of a bunch of people, and that made me feel really good. So I took on my way back from lunch, I grabbed the angel out of my garden and gave it to her for luck because I had given her mom an angel I'd had on my desk that I like to use for luck. So when I handed it to her, she looked up at me and she saw these clear framed, blue lensed sunglasses that I had bought for my cataract surgery, or for after my cataract surgeries. The thing is, the lenses weren't so dark that I couldn't see inside, so they weren't the greatest sunglasses to begin with. Like I said, I used them when I was recovering from my cataract surgery. So as soon as this child looked up at me and said, "Wow, I really like your sunglasses," I might have walked. I might have taken like 5 steps before and I didn't even get to the door of my tool crib before I turned around and handed her the sunglasses and told her that they looked better on her. And see, that's the thing. This war that I personally have been fighting for all these years, lost all those friends. For me, that child's spontaneous hug was kind of like God telling me, yeah, you might have been fucking up a little bit, but you're still on the right path. And it also reaffirmed something for me. It really is about these kids. It's about stopping the indoctrination. It's about more homeschooling. It's about the male, maybe going back to a family oriented society where, one partner pays the bills while the other partner raises the family. However, you want to fucking flip that. And we got to get God back into the fucking equation somehow. We do. Ever since the 70s, the world, and I'm sure it's been before the 70s, but it seems like we've given up as conservatives as far as being a part of the teaching equation. And as a result, these kids think that wearing a mask to save grandma, even though it's suffocating them, essentially depriving them of much needed oxygen, they believe that's okay because some asshole that's been indoctrinating them for forever how long told them it was okay. I never wanted to believe this, but as far as America as a whole, governance wise, I think we're at a point where we almost have to tear it all down and rebuild it. We've got to find a way to, let's keep the good parts of the almost all of the Constitution, but we got to put term limits on everything. And Q had mentioned something about doing audits on family members of elected officials. We got to go to that. Return to paper ballots, in-person paper ballots only. That's it. If you want to be part of the voting system, that's it, in person. And here's one more other thing to consider. I think at some point we need to consider making it mandatory in order to vote in national elections, mandatory 2 years upon graduating high school, 2 years of either military service or civilian conservation corps type thing, where the children, the 18-year-olds would learn, how to freaking keep a budget and, buying food and fixing appliances and, farming, and maybe even learn a trade along the way. Make that mandatory. You want to vote in national elections, you got to do 2 years. Then you got skin in the game. And from now on, a president, anybody that wants to be president, minimum, both parents have to have been born in the U.S. of A. Both of them. Born here. Not one, both. Hey, God, thanks for this beautiful, crazy day. Love the clouds. Love my dog. Please, dear Lord, help us unite so that we can bring vengeance to those who dare bring harm to your children. Protect and guide President Donald J. Trump, all the members of Q, the members of our military, all the members of law enforcement, and especially the members of Veterans for Child Rescue. So united with the good patriots of the world, we can put on your full armor, pick up our swords of light and truth, and in one sound voice defeat the dark forces of evil that continue to prey upon your children once and for all. Amen. Have faith, y'all. This is happening. Nothing can stop what's coming. Nobody escapes. Nobody. And here's a thought for y'all. If you're listening to this, please respond. If you've gotten this far anyway, please respond. Do you honestly believe that first Durham conviction has happened yet? I don't. And I think when it does, it's over, man. That's when the storm will begin. I guarantee it. God bless, stay safe, and have faith in yourself. Gosh darn it. Later.